Good morning, everyone. So, this day is the start of our upscaling session this month of May. And this month of May is more on feedbacking strategies and as well as uh, other trainings found in your My Soul training course for teachers. So, basically, I am Fredly and I am your training specialist at the Office of Silliman Online University Learning. So, today, we will tackle about automating certificates as a part of classroom incentives and rewards. So basically, uh, the custom certificates. So this means that we can customize the certificate or modify the elements in the certificate. So these are commonly awarded in courses as a way to show that a student has accomplished a specified uh, a task or level of achievement based on that given criteria. So basically, prior to getting their a certificate of, like example, certificate of completion or participation, they will do some tasks in order to get that certificate. So that is our objective for this session. We will generate certificate based on our given criteria. It could be any activity, just like answering a survey, taking an exam, and then they will get that certificate, or based from groupings or groups. So for this part, I would like to share my screen. Okay. So example, this is my virtual classroom. So first thing that you should do to customize a certificate is you should have a certificate template. So which means that you edit that particular certificate template in any application software. It could be Photoshop or Canva or just the basic editing. You can do that in Microsoft PowerPoint or PPT. So in this part, so how to make a custom certificate. So first is let's have a, first hands-on about how to make a custom certificate. So here in your virtual classroom, you will pick a section or a topic that you want that particular section to have a custom certificate. So for example, this is the section I want to include the custom certificate. So this is the section. So now, basically, you have in giving the certificate, it should have a specified uh, task to do in order to get that certificate. For example, I already prepared a questionnaire. So this one, this is the questionnaire. So the objective is that if they answer this uh, particular questionnaire, they will get that certificate, like certificate of participation or certificate of completion. So for this part, this is your condition, okay? So we will create a custom certificate. So all you need to do is just simply click the create learning activity. And then an activity chooser will pop up. So just go to the activities tab and then uh, find custom certificate or customize a certificate. And then if you're done clicking to it, it will redirect to the custom certificate page. So you give it a name, the title of your certificate or name of your certificate. So example, this certificate is certificate of completion. So that's the name of my certificate. And then you have basic description. Again, in basic description, you can include an image or a plain text. So it's up to you. If you have description, then don't forget to display description on course page. And then here, this is your setting the certificate. So the visibility is you are still making the certificate. So we should hide from students. And then options, click the options. And then the delivery options. So we will use the default, the send the file inline to the browser so that the students or learners will just simply click that particular custom certificate and it will redirect to a new tab, and then in that new tab they can download the certificate. And then it's up to you on how you would like to notify, if you will notify this email from students or email from teachers. So please take note that if you notify or you change the option to yes, make it sure that if your certificate is available, so it means that there is no modification, there's no more modification or errors in the certificate. So once they fill that particular condition, like example, questionnaire, and then automatically you set it to email students or notification from their email, you change that one to yes, then they will get a notification that they received that particular certificate. So again, it's important to always check your certificate if that is all error free. So again, it's up to you if you want to turn it to yes, and then the email teachers. So it's up to you. This is somewhat notification who received that particular certificate. And then here, allow anyone to verify a certificate. So just leave that as default as well as the rest. So please take note the options. And then here, you proceed with the restrict access. Okay, the restrict access, this is your condition in order to get this particular certificate. So my condition is that they will get this certificate of completion if they have already answered the questionnaire. So restrict access, and then you add restriction. And then here, all you need to do is just click the activity completion. Click the activity completion, and then the name of that particular activity. So for example, the questionnaire is, you will find the questionnaire. What's the name of that questionnaire? So for example, here, this is the name of the questionnaire. So this is my restriction. And then, so that's it. So basically you are just setting up the custom certificate settings. So again, just give it a name. If you have description, a brief description of that certificate, then you can include image or plain text. And if they have description based on that certificate, then don't forget to display description or click that one, display description on course page. And then here, the visibility, if you are still making your certificate, so my suggestion that you should hide from students. And then click the options. The delivery options is use the default, and then email students or email teachers. So it's up to you, but make it sure that if this certificate is already available, making sure that that is double check or error free. And then here, set that to one as default, so no need to change. And then here, this is the restrict access is your condition. So my condition is that they will answer that particular survey and then they will get that certificate. So that's my condition. So after that, so save and return to course. Okay, you scroll down and you can see here we have the certificate of completion. So take note that you are still editing the custom certificate. So again, the first thing you should do is, of course, you lay out your certificate. You have your certificate template, the size of it, the format, the font style. So in this case, I already prepared a basic certificate template. Okay, so this one. So actually, this is done in a presentation program. So this basically in PowerPoint or MS PowerPoint, and then the certificate template should be in an image format. So my suggestion is that you should save that one as JPEG or PNG. So in this case, so you have, this is my certificate template. So basically you have your logo, your name of the certificate, and then this is to certify that, so the name of that participants has completed the course, your course or your virtual classroom on, and then specific date, and then you have your signatories. So it's up to you if you want to include an e-signature. So basically, in your custom certificate, it should be affixed there. So naanadaan ang e-signature. So that all you need to do is just input or add component or add elements to that certificate. So I'm talking about the participant's name, the date, and then the title. So this is an example of uh, a custom certificate template. So this is made from PowerPoint. So I am showing you some, this is the PowerPoint version of it. So example, again, it's up to you if you want to make it in Canva, Photoshop, or any photo editing, as long as you know the size of your certificate as well as the elements. So here, all you need to do, if you have here, this is in PowerPoint, so you just save this one as an image format. So you just simply click the file in the PowerPoint, and then you save as what particular location, and then here the file, save as type, what type of file. So here you will use JPEG or PNG. So JPEG, and then you save that one to your location. So this is the name, and then you click the save button. So just this particular slide. So just this one. And then you just simply open, and here, this is the certificate template in JPEG. So I will close this one, and let's proceed how to edit the certificate, okay, or adding the elements. So now that you already distinguish the size, the elements that you need in that particular certificate, so let's automate that one. So here you have already your custom certificate. So you just simply click the name of the certificate. And after that, so you just click the gear icon, and then you click the edit certificate. So this is the name of that particular certificate, and then this is the width and then the height. So by default, this is in A4. Okay, so A4. If you would like to have your certificate as portrait or landscape, make it sure that this width and height should be in mm or millimeter. Okay, not the inches, but this is in millimeter. So in this part, so if you would like to use the simple size, so my suggestion is you should edit this one. If you would like to choose the short size landscape, so change the width to 295, and then the height is 245. So basically that is the landscape in short. Okay, so the width is 295 and then 245. Again, this particular setting of the certificate is only in page 1. Okay, you can also include a number of pages by just simply clicking the add page, but in this part, this is in page 1, so you just simply click the save changes, okay, to take effect regarding the setting of the width and then the height. So you already know the width and the height of your certificate. So now let's add the certificate. So how to add the certificate? You just simply click the add add element. Okay. So here the certificate template is labeled this one as background image. Okay. So let's add. So this is the background image. So these are the elements. So the first thing we should do is, of course, we will add element. So background image and then add element. So you have here, so you just simply upload, okay, upload your certificate template. So you just click the add and then choose the file. So for example here, this is the JPEG for the certificate template. Just click that one and then click open and then upload this file, and then it's been uploaded. So make it sure uh, it is located in that particular image. Okay. So here, wala pa siya. So in this part, uh, take note that these are the accepted file types. Okay. So please take note with this image format. Okay. So in this part, so wala pa siya ni-reflect. So my suggestion is you click the Save Changes button. Save Changes button, and then you go back to the image, background image. So in this part, you just simply click the gear icon, and then here, again, there's no image for the background. So you already upload, but there is no image. So you just click the image drop down menu, and then you locate the file name of your image. Okay, so that is certificate template sample only. That is in JPEG. Okay, so in that case, it's already been seen in the image box. So you just simply click the Save Changes. So if you want to preview, just click the Save Changes and Preview. Okay, Save Changes and Preview. So this will be the overview of your certificate. If you're satisfied with this particular size, then so it's okay. And then if you don't, so you just simply edit the width and then the height. So we just go back, click the back icon. So in that part, we already have the background image or the certificate template. Again, in here, you can edit this one, the name or the file name of this background image to your certificate template. And then you just press enter key. So that is your file name. Okay, so we already added the type there is background image. So after doing that, we already have the certificate template, then we will just simply add component. So in this part, you should identify what particular information needed in that particular certificate. So example, based from your certificate template that is in JPEG. So all you need to do is just you will add the elements. So you are talking about your student name and then the course and then you have the date. So you have 3 elements and then you should in this part in order that certain certificate to be unique, so you will add some like example QR code or let's say code of that certificate, then you can also include that one. So here, so let's go back to your sole page, and then we will just simply add the student name. Okay, student name, and then you can click the add element, and then in here you can set the size and then the font style. Okay, the font style. So example, in my certificate template, so I want it in bold. So here you just set it to bold. So what particular font style, and then font size is 14. So this is just like an example. And then if you would like to have the font color, then you can just simply click this one if you are satisfied with this particular color, and then you click the save changes. Don't worry because we will just reposition all the elements. So all you need to do is just simply add first the element. So we have the student name, and then in here we will add another element. So this we will use the course name. Okay, the course name, and then we will add element. And then here, let's say, let's have this one. And then the font style is like 16. Okay, 16, and then the color, and then save changes. And then that's the course name, and then we will add the date. Okay, so the date, and then let's click the add element, and then that's the element name, the date issued. So it's up to you what style or format you want to integrate in that particular date format. And then here you have the font style, font size. So example 16, and then the color, and then you click the save changes. And then here you have already the basic information, the student name, the course name, and then the date. If you would like to have that certificate to become unique, so you can integrate a QR code or a code or certificate code. So you just simply click first, let's say we have this one, the QR code, and then you add element, and then that's the width. So let's say in here in the width, okay, let's see, okay, mostly, okay. So my suggestion is you can have it in 8 size, and then save changes. That's the QR code. And then if you would like to have uh, a certificate code, so you first is you should label that one as a certificate code. So here we will use the element in text, okay, text, and then we will click the add element, and then here the text is certificate code. So in this part, I use text text element because I don't have a word or text that says certificate code. So it's up to you if you want to integrate that one in your certificate template, as long as you should have a proper location of that specific text, the certificate code. Okay. So this is just like a plain text. Okay. So in this part, 14. 14 will do, so save changes. So that is only for text, okay? And then here, you will add the code, okay? The term is, in this part, this is only the text, okay? Text. So now let's proceed with the code. So the code here, this is random code. So you just click the code, and then you click add element. In this part, you can customize the element or the font style, the font size, and so on. So in this part, I will leave that one as 14. Okay. And then you just click what particular color. And then here, so let's say that one. So save changes. So you have already uh, your elements in your certificate template. So you have your background image. So that pertains your certificate template, the layout, and then you have your student name or the participant's name, the course name, and then the date, and then the QR code, the text itself that is in certificate code, that is plain text, and then the code is a random code. So now let's do the reposition of the elements. So click the reposition elements. Okay, as you notice, all of your, okay, let's minimize this one. So uh, all of your elements are located at the left side. So you just simply drag and drop. So in this part, this pertains, okay. So here, so this pertains to your code, certificate code. So let's have this one in this side. Okay, here, and then you have your certificate code. So certificate code is just plain text. So you can also include the in this part. Okay, you just simply drag and then drop. And then here you have your QR code. So this is in uh, 8 size. So you can also edit, but in this part, we will just simply position all the elements, okay? And then we will just do the formatting later. So this is your date, and then you have your course name, and then drag, and then you have your first name. So I guess that's your element. So you have your student name, your course name, your your date, and then your QR code, and then the text, and then the code itself. So you just click the save and continue. Okay, save and continue. In this part, there are options how to edit this one. If you just simply double click, then it will redirect to this part. So here, we will just edit the code. Okay, so in this part, we'll just click this one, the student name element and what particular size. So example, 24. So let's have that one as 24 and then save changes. So in this part, it's more on dugay siya mo reflect. So my suggestion is that you save and close, and then you go uh, you go to the specific element para mas madali siyang effect. So example here, you have the name. Okay. So you have the name. So let's check it. The student name. So my suggestion is in editing the size or the elements. So you should go back, save and close and go back to this page. And then you just click the gear icon. And then here, you can customize the size, the font size. So example 24. So save and save changes. So let's see the preview of it. So here, so that's 24. So let's make it bigger. So for example, 34. Okay, 34. Okay, save changes. So that's 34. And then you can reposition the element. So click the reposition element, and then here, that's it, 34. And then the rest, you just simply click the edit. So save and close. And then here, let's student name. Okay, so 34. So let's make it in bold. So Times New Roman bold. So we want that one as okay. Yes, Helvetica bold. Okay, so let's click the save changes for the student name. So let's see. Okay, so that's the bold Helvetica. And then here you have the name of the course. So just click the gear icon, and then that's in bold. Let's say we have 32, and then click the save changes. And then here, the date. This is issued in that particular date format. So let's say we have 32. And then this is also bold. So save. And then here, so let's see, save changes and preview. So it's already dako na kayo siya. So ato dyan po siyang i-resize. So here, balik ta sa course name. And then ato ni siyang i-20 or 26. So save changes. So trial and error ani siya. So save changes and preview. So dako Japon siya. So again, you just simply edit this particular element. So course name. So let's change it to 22. So save changes and then save changes and preview. So that's it. If you're satisfied with this location, so again, you can reposition the elements. Reposition the elements. And then here, you can resize this particular element. So I'm talking about the date. So here we will change it to 22. Okay, save. And then reposition elements. And then that's it. And then we have the certificate code. So save and close. So if you would like the code to be in bold, so you just click the gear icon in the code element, and then we will just set this one to bold. Okay, bold, and then save changes. And then the size of our QR code. So let just simply click the gear setting. So let's change it to 12. Okay, 12. Save changes. And then reposition. Okay, so that's the size of the QR code. So if you want to make it bigger, so just modify the size. Okay, so in this part, so basically, this is just showing you how to modify the custom certificate in this particular page. Again, in this particular page, you can have a custom certificates by adding simply more than one certificate. So in this part, this is only in page one, okay, of the certificate. Because if you click the add pages, they have the same elements like the width and then the elements also. So that pertains to the page two. So in this part, this is only in page one. So if we save and display, so this is how it looks like for page one. So you have your custom certificate and then your added elements. So in your case, if you want to include e-signature, my suggestion is that in your certificate template, you should include that one in this particular area or signatories with signature. But in this case, wala na ako gibutangan og signature. Again, it's up to you if you want to include or affix the e-signature. So again, this is the basic making of custom certificate in just only one page. So if you're done, so save changes. And then you can click your virtual classroom or your home page. And then here you will see here the certificate of completion. So here you can notice that this is restricted, that if they will answer this particular questionnaire, then they will get this particular certificate. So here, for example, this is the side of the teacher or the teacher mode in adding custom certificate. So let's show this one to our student. So show, and then we will go to the student mode. Okay. So this is the student mode. So here, you will notice in the student mode, they cannot see the certificate if they didn't answer the questionnaire. So questionnaire first, then they will get their certificate of completion. So for instance, so that is my criteria in getting the certificate. So you need to answer the questionnaire, or you need to take the quiz, then you will get this certain certificate. So in this part, I need to answer the survey. So for example here, so I will answer this particular survey. So next, and then here, next page. So example, so submit your questionnaire. So continue, and this is your questionnaire. And then let's click your virtual classroom, and then you will see here that you have already a certificate of completion. So it is now available. So you just simply click the certificate of completion, and then you can view your certificate. So in that case, that's your name, and then the virtual classroom, and then the date. So make it sure that you already set what particular elements included in that particular certificate. You should know your certificate elements. I'm talking about the size of the certificate. If it's example, that the orientation of that certificate, it's portrait ba or landscape. The size of the certificate, short ba siya or long? And then you have the the editing, or the photo editing, what particular photo editing apps you use, just like uh, Photoshop, Canva, or just the very basic. You can use the PowerPoint. And again, just save your certificate template in an image uh, file format. So most likely you will save that as JPEG or PNG. And then don't forget you have your elements. Okay. So that's basically how you customize your certificate. Again, certificate could be given in a certain groups, or you have your specific certificate criteria, just like earlier I demo regarding questionnaire. They will get that particular certificate of completion if they will answer that particular questionnaire activity, or you can have it as a quiz activity. The other way around is you can have that one as a group. Okay, you can give the certificate by group. If they belong to that specific group, then they will get that particular certificate. So I'm talking about their activity completion or restrict access. So here, so all you need to do is just reformat, just format the certificate of completion. So you just click the pencil icon, and then here you just go to the restrict access, and then again in this part, since my task earlier is they should answer that particular survey questionnaire, then they will get that particular certificate. But if your case, if you will base it in group, so just click add restriction, and then you click the group. Okay, the group, and then what's the group name. Okay, so for example, you conducted Zoom, okay, Zoom webinar, and then you already have the group for the attendees. Like example, uh, may seek may like example, that's the name of the group, and then they have already participants. So automatically, all the members in this particular group will receive this certificate. You just simply click the save and return to course. And they will also notify, or they will also see that this is lock icon. So again, if you do not belong to this group, then you will not receive the certificate of that completion. So let's go back here again. This is the editing part. And then here we restrict the access. Again, let's go back. Okay, let's X this one, and then let's click the activity completion, and then we locate what particular activity that we want to restrict in this giving of certificate of completion. So here, I will use this one, and then mark complete, of course, mark complete, and then save and return to course. Okay, so that is in giving of certificate based from the survey questionnaire or based from the evaluation. Then they will get this particular certificates. So questions or clarifications?
Sa chat box, sir, may
Okay.
question si Ma'am Gladys.
Okay. So again, sa certificates, it's all about how you structure the restrict access. Okay, so please take note that if, for example, if you're giving of certificate of completion or certificate of participation is based on that particular grade. So for example, here I will show you some example of the previous. Okay, so for example, here is the another setup in custom certificate. Okay, so example here, this is my another virtual classroom. So example, you have displayed here your lessons, and then here, this is the criteria of giving the certificate. So this is based on the quiz, okay? And then the other conditions. So make it sure that all your conditions are met in this particular certificate. So example, in this part, in this giving of certificate, a certificate of completion will be given to the participants who will earn at least 80%, okay, of the quiz, and then participated in the forum and submitted the exercise of the week. Then they will get this certificate of completion. It is uh, uh, already available if they will meet this particular condition. And if not, then certificate of participation is given if they comply with this particular condition. So example, uh, certificate of completion. Let's take a look at the custom certificate settings with this one. This is based from their quiz, or you can integrate this one as many activities as long as you have given your standards, okay, or your conditions. So just like here in certificate of completion, so here we restrict this certificate to grade, okay? Grade must be greater than equal to 80. So this is in percentage, so 80. And then we restrict it to another activity, and then another activity. Again, you can integrate in your certificate the restriction is more than one condition, so it's okay. So it's up to you how you set up the restrict access. So particularly this is more on quiz, and then we have forum, and then we have assignment activity. So basically that's how you restrict the access in getting their certificate. So questions or clarifications regarding automating certificates as part of classroom incentives and rewards? Questions so far? Okay. Thank you, Mom Gladys. So basically to wrap up regarding automating certificates as part of a classroom incentives and rewards is that you should in this education setting, so we must have a specified level of achievement or task given before they will get that certain certificate. So you can include, earlier I demonstrate regarding questionnaire activity, and then if they will answer that particular questionnaire activity, then they will receive that certificate. And then you can also include quiz, okay? Quiz, and then you have forum, and when they answer that particular activity, then they will receive that certificate. So that's all about customizing your certificates.